Hello everyone. Let me officially welcome you to the Co-op Cup, or the COC, whichever you prefer. Today, we are going to be having Week 1, Round 1, Game 1. The people that are going to be playing are the Barricuda Bows versus the Wrecking Muscles, and the map we will be playing on today will be Wario City. And to explain that, Wario won the coin flip, and according to his map priority picks, yes, I have a priority list for him because he is a CPU, he will always prioritize Wario City as his first pick. And since this is the first week of the league, we are not doing any map bans, so since Wario won the coin flip, we are going to Wario City. And let me say this right now, because I actually forgot to say it during live commentary. My co-commentator this game was Jace. I am very sorry that I forgot to say that during live commentary. But yeah, he had some very insightful thoughts this game, and actually made some very insane predictions, which I am excited to show. So, yeah, let's not waste any more time. Let's hop right into the game. Oh, actually, really quick, let me show everybody what the fielding and batting orders for both teams are. Okay, now, let's go to the game. So, we start off our first game by Mono getting a pop fly to right field, straight to green dry bones, to get that fast first out. Then, we follow up by Baby Peach getting what seemed to be a doomed ground ball to Fire Bro, but she gets saved by Yellow Yoshi throwing an excellent bomb to interrupt his catch, safely getting her onto first. We then follow up with Yellow Yoshi getting a good hit to center field, but that's going to be intercepted by Petey Piranha's Piranha Dive, and he's going to successfully get a double play to end our first inning. After a brief pop-off from Petey Piranha, the players get in position for the side switch. Now is going to be the Bows on the offensive, but the Bows would fall short of doing anything meaningful this inning, as Link hits a ground ball straight to Yellow Shy Guy, and shortly after, Green Dry Bones just hits a pop fly straight to Yellow Toad in the outfield. Almost to prove that the team isn't garbage, Waluigi initiates his Star Swing to get him off first base, but Wario wasn't having it, easily striking out Petey Piranha, as all he can do is watch two fake balls go past him. Quickly putting an end to the bottom of the first inning. The Bows not ready to give ground, however, as we quickly see, following the top of the second inning, Wario hits a fly ball straight to Critter. Shortly following, Saitama hits a ground ball to the Wizard, making two quick outs. And it doesn't get better from there, folks, as Yellow Shy Guy just hits it right to Fire Bro, ending the top of the second, almost as fast as the bottom of the first. Finally changing up the pace of this game for the better, Birdo manages to hit a nice line drive to right field, making it safely on first. However, that doesn't follow by Fire Bro, as he hits a pop fly straight to Yellow Pianta, getting him out. The Wizard, however, will find better luck, as Yoshi fails to perform a close play, no tongue catch even attempted here, and the POW block from Hammer Bro is going to secure that the Wizard and Birdo make it to second and first safely. And as we can see, this is going to be the first RBI challenge of the game. Will Hammer Bro be able to perform? Swing and a miss. Just watches that one go by. Maybe thought it was going to be a ball. Charges up. Ooh, and misses. It's going to be another strikeout for Mario. Hammer Bro falling short to follow through with the RBI challenge. pitch. And to make matters worse, shortly after, Dixie Kong makes an insane jump catch to end the bottom of the second inning. Up to bat, looking for a charge up. Oh, and a nice jump catch from Dixie Kong. But as we'll see, the momentum is not held by Wario's team, as Waluigi's tricky pitching just causes 3 consecutive outs. Yellow Pianta hitting a fly ball to left field, followed shortly by 2 bad contacts back-to-back by Yellow Toad and Dixie. Oh, and really bad contact. Picking it up through the mini-boos. Very even game so far. Nobody's really shown any weakness. Going to the bottom of the third.
They're fairly even. Yeah.
And Jace would actually point out something that I hadn't realized throughout this whole game.
I don't think anyone's made it to third base yet, have they?
I believe we've only seen somebody make second so far. And that would not change, as the Bows were just having a really hard time keeping the ball low to the ground, as Green Dry Bones and Waluigi hit pop flies back-to-back. Again, good contact, but sends it to a pop fly. Yellow Toad gonna quickly catch that one. Again, dead even game. Nobody's found a way to get through just yet. And then Jace would ask the oh-so-important question.
Who's gonna score the first point?
Who do I think's gonna score the first one? This was a bold statement coming from Jace, considering both teams had had just impeccable defense, and also they've been playing kind of a rough game, hitting a bunch of pop flies and ground balls on both sides. So him locking in his guess that the CPU would get the first scoring run is kind of unexpected. Was it just a lucky guess? Or perhaps he saw a shift that I just didn't, and we would soon see that shift that perhaps Jace saw coming all along. Hits it! Petey's gonna swiftly catch that. It looks like we're seeing our first tired pitcher. Gotta be Waluigi.
Wonder if this is gonna change up the game.
It might. Seen some solid pitching from both sides, honestly. That might be what we need to change up this game's pace. The first sign of fatigue would be seen from the Bows, actually. Even though Waluigi had a higher pitching stat, Wario had actually been doing a better job as a pitcher this game, getting many more strikeouts than Waluigi up to this point, giving him the morale boost he needed to keep going. Even now, as I'm saying that, Wario just gets more and more strikeouts over Waluigi. I believe Waluigi, up to this point in the game, has gotten 0 strikeouts in comparison. And Wario has gotten 3, 4 at this point. It's no wonder he's still going. And as we see here, Birdo actually managing to get a hit through Wario's start pitch, but it ends up just being another pop fly straight to Yellow Pianta. Just not seeming to find the momentum, until Firebro finally manages to get a good hit to left field, getting him on first. I believe this is the first time the Bows have been on a base in the last 2 innings, so maybe this might be the shift they need to start something.
Can a wizard hit a ball?
Can a wizard hit a ball? Doesn't swing at that. Ooh, bad contact. And Wario actually blocking the fireballs. Yellow Yoshi gonna be able to close out that inning. Alright, now we're back to the Bows. Waluigi is getting tired, so he's gonna have to be switched out pretty soon. And perhaps that switch should happen sooner than later, as a tired pitcher actually has a harder time curving the ball. This essentially just means that their pitching stat is lowered by a stage. So Waluigi being on this mountain right now actually might be hurting the bows more than helping. And as we can see here, Eggman realizes that and quickly decides to change Waluigi off, bringing Birdo on the mound instead. The bows now having to rely on their backup pitcher at the top of the 5th. Honestly, not that bad, but we'll have to see if this ends up affecting the game in any way. Ooh, right to Fire Bro. My goodness, Fire Bro. I think a very good defensive player this game.
Yeah. He's definitely been on point.
Wario's still not tired from pitching. And again, this is because Wario, up to this point, has gotten so many more strikeouts than Waluigi that his morale is just skyrocketed at this point. So even though he's been pitching so much, the amount of strikeouts he's gotten has made up for the amount of times his ball has actually been hit. And as we've seen, this has been a 0-run game. So Wario is perfectly fine to continue pitching for, well, a long time at this point.
Is this going to be the first home run?
From Lane. I mean, he is charging. That's some bad contact. Oh, and the green shell just isn't fast enough.
That's unfortunate.
Shy Guy and Yellow Yoshi being a good defense. Top of the 6th, still dead even game. That's just some really bad contact from Yellow Pianta. Gonna be caught by the wizard. Yellow Toad just watching that one go by. Man, a lot of pop flies this game. It seemed how this inning was going, that it was going to be another no-run inning. That is, until something finally shifted. We see Dixie Kong getting an excellent hit to the right of center field. Link and Green Dry Bones just weren't in position to catch that. Followed up by this insane hit by Mono, a charge swing that ends up being a line drive to right field. And again, Link and Dry Bones just couldn't get there in time. And all of a sudden, for the first time in the game, we're seeing a runner on third. And this next play, I think live commentary explains it well enough.
Interesting. It's getting close to the first point.
First point, potentially going to be made by Baby Peach, of all players. Oh, and that is an excellent power block! Oh, but a close play! And Wario's actually going to win it! Dixie getting a close play, making the first inning. And Yellow Yoshi with an excellent power block. Okay, pause. Let's go back a bit and explain what exactly just happened. Well, as we can see, Baby Peach threw what was essentially a doomed ground ball to Petey Piranha. But as we can see right here, Yellow Yoshi starts throwing a power. Now, usually this would be bad, especially because you have 3 runners on the field currently. And throwing a power block in the infield, yes, would stun everyone, but you have no levitators in this field right now. So this is actually a very bad power block to throw, because for those of you who don't know, runners are stunned much longer than fielders. So yes, you're gonna hit Petey Piranha and Fire Bro with this power block, but they're gonna become unstunned before your runners. So this is a bad power block. But it's not, because as we can see, Petey Piranha actually ends up throwing this ball, and then Fire Bro gets stunned by this POW. And stunned players, folks, they cannot receive a ball. So this ball ends up going straight past him. And this gives the runners enough time to wake up, and more importantly, Dixie Kong time to wake up, and instead of turning around, she full commits to run home. And as we see, she ends up initiating a close play, which, in CPU terms, this is just a 50-50 chance on who's going to win. And Dixie Kong clutches up, wins this close play, and manages to get the first run of the entire game. It took 6 innings, but we finally see a run happen. And it is one of the most insane plays I have ever seen in this game. Now, the bows do quickly end up stopping the bleeding, but the damage has been done. They are now at a 1-0 deficit, and we are going to the bottom of the 6th. I haven't said this yet, but we are only going to 7 innings, so they only have the bottom of this inning and the bottom of the next inning to score a run. And I know that doesn't sound bad, but you have to realize these two teams have been slogging it out for 6 innings, and this is the first point that has been scored on either side. And it was a close play. In the literal and physical and gaming sense, it was a close play that got this run. Dixie Kong didn't clutch up. That would have been 3 outs, and we would have been at a 0-0 game. This has been an incredibly close game. Both sides have been hitting a lot of pop flies and have had good defense. So this isn't going to be easy to come back from. And it doesn't help that PD Piranha still hasn't managed to get on base, and will continue to not get on base because he hits a pop fly straight to Yellow Yoshi. And now all of a sudden, the Bows have suffered 2 outs. But Birdo wasn't going to take that line down. They were down, but they weren't out. And Wario being tired was just the perfect opportunity that they needed. Birdo initiates her Star Swing, nailing Yellow Shy Guy, and actually managing to get Waluigi on third base. This is now the second time we have seen somebody on third base, and up to bat is Fire Bro. Will he clutch up?
Potentially score a run. Oh my gosh, that's really good contact! Wow. But Saitama's gonna get there in time.
You could start to hear my bias come out there for a sec. As soon as I saw Fire Bro hit that and it started going fast in the outfield, I thought it was the home run, but he just didn't hit it with good enough contact, and it goes a little too shy, and Saitama, being the well-rounded character that he is, manages to get there in time and shut down the Bows' potential comeback. And now, we're in the top of the 7th inning. The Bows are still in this, but they gotta make sure that Wario's team doesn't make any more runs. And Birdo, knowing this, putting her all into her pitching, managing to strike out Wario. And this is a very good start to the top of the 7th. And after Saitama hits a fly ball to Green Dry Bones, Birdo just goes ahead and strikes out Yellow Shy Guy to completely shut down Wario's team from scoring any more runs. So at the very least, if they lose, they're only going to get -1 for this game. And I think I'll let live commentary take away the rest.
They need at least 1 to tie the game, 2 to win it.
Wario time.
Starting off strong with a star pitch. Oh my gosh, the wizard charging up. Oh, what a slide from Dixie Kong! Really good play. Oh, and we see Wario finally getting changed out. Handsome Squidward opting to put Baby Peach on the pitcher's mound. Ooh. Bad contact from Hammer Bro. And all of a sudden, the Bows are on their last legs. One more chance. Oh! Good hit from Fritter. It's not over till it's over, but it ain't looking good.
We got one guy on base, though.
You have one person on base. Oh, and that is a bad hit, and that's going to be the game.
And as we can see, Critter trying his heart out, but in the end, Link just couldn't follow through. It's going to go right to Yellow Yoshi. The green shell's not going to connect. And we're going to see a 1-0 victory. The Muscles just playing that better game in the 6th inning. And even though it was only a 1-0 game, one score was all they needed to win. And we can see all the box scores here. But I'm going to show you the calculations of what everything looks like after we add the box scores and our own special scoring system together. Because the MVP actually didn't end up being Baby Peach on this team. It actually ended up being Dixie Kong in the end. So the extra fielding score and the running and the batting actually ended up mattering and changed the MVP of this game. On the other hand, for the Bows, Birdo still ended up being the MVP, and I think that has to go to her pitching score, as she actually was the second pitcher, but ended up getting a lot more strikeouts than Waluigi. So, honestly, I might have to put Birdo as my starting pitcher instead of Waluigi, since she was just performing way better. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this game, guys. It ended up being a 1-0 victory, very close game all around. For me, I mean, we would usually have interviews with the coaches, but since it's just me and the CPU, well, I guess I'll interview myself. I think my team was just having an off game that game. They were having a lot of pop flies. I mean, their defense was still really good. We weren't letting any pop flies go. We didn't have any fumbles that game. And, I mean, except for that throw to Fire Bro, I guess you could maybe call that a fumble, but it wasn't an actual in-game fumble, so I guess I'm not going to count it. But, yeah, I feel like my team is fine. They were just playing the worst game. Wario's team had a great game. They had a great 6th inning. And Dixie Kong clutching it up. Honestly, a very deserved win. Can't even be mad. And, yeah, that's all from me. So, in the future, whenever we have other coaches playing, I'll do an end-of-game interview to see their thoughts, what they thought of the game, how they thought other players played. And, well, since we're not having an interview with the CPU, I guess I'll just give my thoughts on what I thought of their team. Wario was an absolute menace on the pitcher's mound. That guy got so many strikeouts. I think his in score ended up being 35. So if you just take 35 and divide it by 5, you get, he had 7 strikeouts this game. That is insane. That guy doesn't have, a good pitching staff, but he was just popping off this game. My goodness. Yeah, I mean, nothing to say here other than just really overall good game. Oh, and Dixie Kong, that girl, my goodness. She got a really good jump catch on first. She got the close play that ended up winning them the game. And she got that insane slide at the bottom of the 6th. That, if that got past her, that could have changed the game, easily. Because that was, going to be a ground ball, basically, to right field. And she clutched up twice in that game. She caught that ball, completely shut down any runs that were going to be made in the 6th inning. And then the Bows just couldn't find any momentum in the 7th inning. I mean, Critter was trying its hardest, but it just wasn't enough. And yeah, they just played a better game. Can't be mad. It was very entertaining to watch, and I hope everybody enjoyed. That's going to be all from me. I hope you guys join me in the future for Game 2.